Welcome back everybody, MaxWAL here, bringing you an episode of Victoria 2 Pop Demand Mod. We are playing a new series, a new country, and that country is... Where are we going? Over to the Qing Empire. Now, I wanted to play the Qing Empire for a while. It's an interesting thing. I mean, they have the largest population. I mean, there's no way around that. They have the largest population, so playing as them is going to be very good endgame. I don't think anybody in the world can fight off my armies, which will be extremely good. The problem, though, is that they're uncivilized at the beginning of the game, and they're very uncivilized. Their education is in the crapper, which means it's going to take a very long time for us to get out of that, and just maintaining money flow as well. But I want to jump right in, play as the king. They do have a couple of vassals to begin the game, such as Korea. The Mongolians and Tibet are the vassals that the Qing Empire currently is ruling over. So, we start the game off. If you haven't played it before, Victoria 2, we have a couple of buttons over here, which is the tab screen, I guess. Production is just for factories, which is a future thing. This is the money screen where we're negative right now, so we need to do something about this, but I'll come back. Technology screen is where you can click and then start researching on some of this, but because we are an uncivilized nation, we get to go through the try to become civilized aspect of this game. And that means that we have to go through some of these reforms, or military reforms, or economic reforms, and we need research points to even get this. Now, say over here, army training, which I definitely do want to get at some point, mainly because of the research points bonus when conquering, plus 25%. Now, and it will give the technology broad muzzled loaded artillery, which means we get artillery at some point. Now, it does cost 7,800 research points, so we have 6.8 with a daily research point gain of 3.4. So we're going to be sitting here a long time. And economic reforms as well. Once we get this scroll to 100%, we're able to westernize. We get administrative reform, taxed goods increase, and madrasas, which are pretty much universities or schooling in this sense. But one of the things we definitely need to do, one of the first ones we need to get, is the fact that if we look at diplomatic, the idea with diplomatic is you use diplomatic points to talk and do certain aspects, like improve relations, decrease relations, alliance, go to war, justify wars. Those require diplomatic points, and because we are isolationists, we get a grand total of 0.0 diplomatic points gained every month, until we select this. So going to war as the king is impossible. I mean, I can go to war once against one person. I could just do these guys. I mean, it's only 59,000, but I would get it. I could do Burma. The problem, though, is that they are in the sphere of the UK. I could do Kokand and take some random place over here. So I can physically go to war. The problem, though, is that I can only go to war for one tiny thing once, ever. And I don't really want to do that. I mean, granted, I really don't want to do that. I might go to war with these guys. I mean, the thing is that I can't do any diplomatic things, so even if I get infamy at the beginning of the game, it's going to be gone for, like, ever. Oh, wow, look at the monthly infamy guy. I never looked at that. Minus 0.5 because you're an uncivilized nation. I want to take over as many things as I can while as an uncivilized nation. I can't do that if I don't have diplomatic points available for myself. But I think I am going to do this conquest thing. I'm going to declare war and try and take these guys. It doesn't matter if I get caught, because it'll be a while before I even get the more diplomatic points. But this should be good. Should is the key aspect of that. Oh crap, I don't even remember. Can I peace without a person? You can declare war without a person. I believe you can also do peace without a person. Ooh. Well, we'll see how it goes. If I fail, then I'll fail. Now, we have decisions here and movements, which is like rebels in general, or they want to push for a reform. Or right now, it's like this. You don't get these. When we get to the next screen, we can see that. You can look at one of my other series if you want. But we are going to go with Rights of Man because that increases prestige gain and pop consciousness, but pop consciousness is much better than pop militancy. And we can also release nations at that point, and I do not want to do that. Now we have this population where we can click on a certain province and look at all of the workforce and nationality, ratios for everything. But one of the things we definitely want to do is we want to increase our literacy, which is at 1.1% with a growth of 0.0033% every month, which is ridiculously small. So one of the ways to increase that is to increase the clergymen in our provinces, and these are the two largest provinces that we have. So getting clergymen to 2%, which if you see right here, research points get an optimal amount of clergymen is 2%, the optimal amount of bureaucrats is 1%, and then when we get to capitalists, the optimal amount is around 4%, if I believe, if I remember correctly. So we have all that done. This is the trade icon. Now I'm playing with the Pop Demand mod, which gives a much better upgraded economy system and a lot more things to trade. I'll go through this occasionally. Diplomacy screen over here, these are the great powers, and then there's, if you sort it, the top 16 to number 9 are secondary powers, and 8 and up are the great powers. And they give large bonuses for having those. And then there's certain wars currently going on. Fun times. Alright, in the meantime though, we need to do something about the money problems that we're having. We're going to tax the poor a lot. We're going to tax the middle class a lot. We're probably going to just look at what happens here. We're not going to have a navy for a while. And national stockpile. So what national stockpile is, if you played like EU4 or a game like that, where it has a morale system, the national stockpile pretty much directly correlates to morale. So right now we're at peace. I don't think we're going to be at war for a while, and it only is going to take maybe like a couple months worth of recovery to do this. And I have so many units that I doubt these guys, with their whole 6,000 units, I'll just stomp them with like 50, 60,000 units and they can't do anything, even if they are better than me. How good is their military tech? Army tech is 1. The beauty of this is the Chinese that start with a 0. Look at this amount of technology. It's absolute crud. Right. So we have it at like this. We don't have any in here, but I do want to have the spending on construction up just in case we ever do create factories. Now, education and administration. Education is very much needed, and we'll try and get that as high as we can. I know for a fact we won't be able to get to 100% education at the beginning, but we'll just leave it there. Now, administration, the really good thing about administration is if you have the administration at a high level, crime fighting effect is also higher. Now, the crime fighting effect means that negative effects upon the province don't go there, like there's a smuggler's den, or there's a illicit business being done, which decreases RGO output, or just tax in general. So you get less. Now, if crime fighting is high, or max is 19.7, we get that. Also, it affects our tax efficiency, and it affects social spending. But social spending is in the future for like unemployment and pensions. So that's for later. Usually you just keep administration at the highest amount you can at 100%. Now, military spending. Now, this is spending going towards paying your soldiers and officers. Most of the game, you probably want this around 75% or larger. And the reason being is that when you have this, you get a higher chance of getting more units, more soldier possibilities later. Like right now, we only have 168 possible brigades. If we have this at a high amount, it'll keep going up. But we're China, we have a huge amount of units anyway, we don't need to look at that. So I'm going to decrease this because of the possibility that we don't need to go a lot of soldiers because we have a huge amount already. But I do want to build another army, or a huge amount more armies. The reason being that, well, I just want to. We need the military. Now let us set up some recruitment points, and this is the way you do it. So a rally point for a military, and let's just set up like a couple, like, I don't know, 3 right here. That sounds okay. And then Peking, you can be the rally point for the ships, which we're not going to be building for a very long time. I'm also going to toggle a couple of these. Factory construction, we don't need to do. Building, or army construction, or navy construction, we don't need to see. But I do have, no, I don't need rally points. But national focus I do. And national focus is, yes, right here. So we have to look at these and wait until they get to 2% and then take them off and put them on something else. So we've gone through everything, and I hope that it will be going well. Yes. I don't know exactly how it will go, though. Oof. Alright, we have a birth rate very high. Education efficiency minus 25%. But our population... See, at the beginning of the game, I believe that we really should have a low population growth and education efficiency high. But, I mean, this is just something that comes up every, I think, like 10 years or so. And it just tells you now for the next 10 years, yeah, for 10 years, it will be like this. So, we'll see how it goes. Right. Another thing that I've seen in a lot of campaigns I've done so far is that the Qing Empire has the Heavenly Kingdom revolt at some point. So a troublemaker has arisen in the southern lands. According to reports, this man claims to have received a vision to the effect that he is the younger brother of Jesus Christ, and he was sent to rid China of the corrupt Manchu Qing dynasty rulers. He has been winning converts to Christianity, and it seems there are many willing to listen to his word of sedition, and joins his so-called Heavenly Kingdom. So, all populations in Nanking where we're not Manchu gain militancy and consciousness. So what I need to... First Ministry. Okay, you are a prestige guy. Okay, you're good. True aristocrat. Alright, I'll take it. There's some other things like a tax guy would have been nice. What do I want to focus on? Right. So I need to keep a look on the revolt risk map mode, or shortcut Y, because if it ever gets high enough, I need to quickly put more money back into this. Although it's granted, it's like very little amount, but any amount of money can help for future building of anything. Yeah, I said that correctly. Okay, so currently we're making a good amount of money. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought it would be a little bit more in the crapper. We can probably decrease this a bit. But I need to keep checking on this because something's probably going to happen. Yep, there we go. That's what I thought. For whatever reason, I'm not exactly too entirely certain on the money aspect of this. I know it's relatively accurate, but it just sometimes is like, why is expenses so high? Or why is the income going down? Like, what is this trend right here? I know some of it was there, but this trend right here, a good 4,000 difference, and we're in the negative again. I mean, the main reason is, look at education. 17,000. This is almost 2/3 of our entire expenses just in education. Now, every 5 increase in literacy, let's go down by 5, and this is now at, I'll have to have it unpause, it seems. Yeah, it goes by 0.0002. So I can, reduce it a little bit. I'd like to have it as high as I can, but since it's the most expensive expense, we don't want it that high. Oh, we're still losing money. So let's go some more. Oh, also, I wanted to split you guys in two because I don't want you to get hurt from not having a large amount of supply limit. Now, the supply limit here is like 20, and the 24 units is too much. Same as you. Let's balance you. Move you there. You guys, there's quite a lot of you. Let's keep you there and you there. Yeah, that works. Move you there. Yep, looks good. Now, because of these rally points, these guys are now moving up to where their rally point is located, and it should all be good. Alright, we still have some money problems, so we probably need to definitely decrease this. Now, over time, the tax efficiency should increase with administration, but the most important thing is the crime fighting effect. As long as you have this high, crime fighting will give you a lot less events that are poor for RGO. Now, the Qing Empire has a lot of negative effects on top of it, though, so we're going to have to be wary for quite a bit of time. Like, I know there's the Opium Wars that's going to come at some point. The Heavenly Kingdom one keeps popping up over and over again, causing problems. At this point, I just want a little bit more positive. Now, over time, the efficiency will go up, and we will be able to move this back to the right. At Mandate of Heaven, we are by divine right, the Empire is the ruler of all under heaven. Now, back in... hey, we got caught. Back in the... oh god, was it 2nd century BC or 3rd century BC? Somewhere around there. The Heavenly Kingdom pretty much corresponded to the Qin, the Qin, who held probably around this much of it. The southern part was more of, crap, what were they called? They were more barbarians for the Chinese more. And then these were the steep nomads, and they were also very dangerous. So Heavenly Kingdom pretty much corresponded to this, 2,000 years ago. Okay, so it does seem like I need to do one more dip down. So it was at 0.049, now we're at 0.0049, now we're at 0.0032. And that's also because of the high birth rate. We will survive, I think. Oh, Cass's Valley, we're going to increase the rate at which we're going. How many more days do we have on this? 41. Alright, let's increase this and decrease this again. It really does seem like I'm going to have to wait a while before I can actually start putting a lot into education funding. Also, military leaders, we have a current officer being produced of 0.97 leadership every month. Sorry, monthly leadership is 0.88. And what this does is that when we get to 20, you can create a leader or a general, and we can put somebody in charge there, but we don't have anything like that yet. So we're going to have to combine these 4 armies and then crush this guy. Hopefully he doesn't get an ally within that time. Shipwrecked sailors, an old pond, a frog jumps in, the sound of water. One of the coast provinces is bustling with rumors about a strange people who were found along its shorelines earlier this morning. The more precise origin of the shipwrecked sailors is yet uncertain, but wherever they're from, they're definitely not from the Qing Empire. The difficulty now lies in deciding what to do with them. If we send them home, we are effectively changing our policy of non-interaction with the Westerners, and ignoring them allows them to stay. Okay. Okay, so send them home. Economic reform selected. Interactive. Interesting. Okay, so let us see. Economic reform. Interactive. Hey, this one means this, and we can actually start doing more diplomatic stuff. Oh, I actually kind of wanted to get that one. Liberals lose militancy. Everybody else gains militancy. Ooh, that's a lot of militancy you got there. Now there's this one. Allow them to stay. All pops get more reactionary there. The consciousness gets like that, and the research points modifier increased by 5%. Now, is that worth it? This is an entire research. This is like 5,000 plus research points and gets us closer. But it will make a lot more people angry. But also, early classical theory and critique is... this one? Yeah. Prestige gained and discovery of a couple other things. I think I'm going to go send them home. The reason being that I need to get the interactive, which will allow me to declare war more, and it will also let me push for, if I get this, research points when conquering also goes there. And the monthly infamy change for uncivilized people is horrendously high, and I love it. So I think I'm going to send them home, even if that will make a lot of people angry. But, ooh, damn, look at that. Minus 0.23. Ooh, I love it. Right, we go here. Yeah, nobody really hates us, and this is going down every month by a huge amount. Good. Alright, we can annex these guys now. Should I send in the entire forces, or do you think that 48,000 of you are okay? 48,000 versus 6,000. I definitely think that should be enough. Alright, let's just group you guys together and then declare war. Or should I wait for it now? Let's just declare war. As you can see, though, I can declare war without any of this, but I am also gaining 0.3 every month because I'm now interactive. I did a quick playthrough just to see how the Qing Empire. I didn't get that event. I'm so glad I did. We received reports of Christian missionaries of our so-called Heavenly Kingdom. Their actions will not be objectionable, and they're not preaching. So, pretty much more missionaries are here. We can collect the pamphlet and silence these guys, but that will give me 10 militancy. No. Population change by minus 2%, and any province gets Christian like any one province gets it, and that's pop militancy plus 0.2. Or I get this one, which is just pop militancy plus 0.1 and social consciousness. I'd much rather do this. Like, we'll tolerate this for now, and I believe by the time we have any problem with these guys, we will be civilized. This is like hope. Cross my fingers. Hope that this happens. We'll tolerate it for now. All right, when you guys going together? Oh man, you take forever to walk here. Oh, hello. Literacy Association of Friends, an arts and letters club in a foreign country, supports the cause of independence. Oh, you bastards. And exchanging contacts with the people of Ningbo. Will take steps and measures to isolate Ningbo from harmful outside influences by, for example, having secret police bureaus through mails. Relationships change there, or yeah, let's just do this. Screw the US. They're not allowed to do what they're doing. Declare war, conquest. They have no allies. I get 10 prestige if I win. Ooh, I like. And this still drops by so much. Now let's see what happens when I'm at war. Nope, it still drops at a good rate. Now, because I have so many more units than them, it should be my way. Yeah, it's my way. Okay. I now can just send back everybody except for one unit. Now it's going to take a while. Well, do I keep these units here just to make it go quick? Oh wow, it's going really fast. Okay, I do not need these guys here. So let's get you moving back around here. I think even one of you is fine. Or not. Let's just leave you here until this is done, because this seems way quicker. I thought it was going to be much better. Alright, propose peace. Annex you guys. Bam. Oh, yeah, there's slavery? We have slavery? When did this happen? Apparently we have slavery. Do not extend, create a free state. Yeah. Also, a very, very important good thing about this that we really need to look at is the fact that while you're uncivilized and you take control of other uncivilized places, if you take a lot of places before you become civilized, those places will also then turn immediately to civilized. Whereas if you were, say, I don't know, let's go to the UK, and you take over Burma, this will become like uncivilized territory, which means it's not a state, which means you have to put a lot of British people there to then turn it into a state. It'll go into detail, or you can just watch one of my other series where I do stuff like that. But this is very good. I totally forgot about that for a second. I knew, but whatever. Okay, Siam. I can now keep pushing for these guys to give me more and more land. I am uncivilized, so I want to do this. Or do I want to wait? I only have 1,100, and I definitely want to do this one. The reason being is that the 25% research bonus while conquering, whoosh, is extremely good. The only problem is that he may ally with somebody else. I want to take land from Dainam, I want to take land from Siam, but it's going to be like one or two things at a time. Very, very small expansion down this way. Now, Kokand, I could also go this way. And just take one of these things. And actually, that's it. Maybe some Japan, but I don't have any ships, and I'd rather go by sea. Yeah, I mean, this is probably going to wait. I'm going to wait until I get this, or I get like a year away from getting this. And that will allow me to then get research points increased while I'm at war with Siam and Dainam and Cambodia technically. And I'll be able to get land. The only hope that I have is that somebody, these guys, don't spend all of their stuff on expanding influence, or they don't ally with each other a lot. Alright, so I can now decrease this because there's no threat for revolts or anything, so, and I'm not going to be at war for a little while. Oh, so I so want to do war quickly though because of the infamy that I can save. Oh man, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do this because these guys are not at war with anybody. I'm going to declare war and just bypass the whole I need more stuff for them. Now the problem is that the average militancy here is a problem. Alright, well let's justify war and acquire a state. I could humiliate, but that's silly. Or I can make them a puppet. Now making people a puppet is like the same thing that I have here in Tibet, Mongolia, and Korea. Making them a puppet means that they're pretty much free, and they'll join me in any war that they're in, but I don't have the lands myself specifically. And I'd like to have this land for myself and puppet other people while I can, so I'm going to say screw it, justify a war, acquire a state, and it doesn't even matter if I get caught, but I hope I don't. Now Siam is a little bit of a different story. Siam has 9 units with army tech of 3, so they are very much ahead of me, but all I need to do is bring back down like a couple more of these guys, get ready for war, and just outnumber them like 4 or 5 to 1, and it should be my way. Because they still have, even if they have those things, they're minus 10%, or military taxes is 0, which is the same as me. So we're pretty much even. Alright, well, I'm going to end the episode here. In the next one, we're going to continue trying to, you know, fudge with the budget a little bit, try and find the perfect amount that would work for us, and continue our expansion and our reformation. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye.